these pages are very important because they tell the story of what it was like for being like one of the first assassins. And they didn't even call themselves assassins until like today. Like in Valhalla, like one of these like characters dies, but like they aren't really dead. They're more in like a state where like their body doesn't really die, but like they can stay like alive but at the same time dead. This is really hard to explain because like it's has to do with like these gods and like the special like magical machine. So basically he had one of the assassins who turned out to be a bad guy but also at the same time kind of a good guy. He killed himself.
It's like listening to math class.
He didn't kill himself. When you're playing as Ivor,
Ivor's like the Viking, right?
Yeah, he's the Viking, and like there's like this giant battle in like this place that was built by the Asgardians.
Oh, give me the phone.
And the Asgardians built this place for like very special reasons. I can't you don't really get much context on what this place is, but all I know is all that I know is like this place is very important to the environment. And without this machine working, then the entire world is in jeopardy. So what happened was that Ivor was fighting the an assassin guy. Like this isn't when like origins. This is more of like I think this is like I think in the year 982 when this takes place, or 992, one of those times.
That's lighting.
And during this time, this is when Vikings were more around. But okay, this doesn't have to really do with any. But then skip to the end of the game. You have your final boss battle. So then you're fighting.
Can you stand still?
So then you're fighting the guy, and while you're fighting the guy, you there's this final move that you do. Ew, that touched me as well.
No, it's covered in hair. Keep going.
Okay. That's gone. And so, when you're fighting the guy, you put him onto this machine that like takes you into like this world. It's almost like going into like a. It's almost like a really like big dream. It's like a dream, but like it's more like physical kind of. But when you get put onto this thing, you need someone else to take you out.
I'm so sorry.
So then when you go onto this machine, you can stay there for like so many years.
Plus, I feel really bad when I laugh, but I can't help it, okay?
So you go onto the machine and you can stay on that machine for like hundreds, thousands of years. But your body will turn old, but it won't like deteriorate, like decompose. It won't decompose. So Ivor, when he was fighting the bad assassin guy, he put him onto this machine. So then he stayed on the machine for like over like 1,000 years, 1,500 years.
That's why he doesn't want to sleep over, because we just like stare at him with cameras.
Exactly. So
okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. It's fine. You can keep on recording.
Oh God.
So
let me compose myself.
Let's go fast forward to like all these years later. Ivor died, but he wasn't killed. He died in like a very big. Well, yeah, he was killed. He died in like a very big battle that you don't really get to see or play. But basically, when you're talking to one of these ladies, they say you will win this battle, but you won't win the war, which basically means that there's going to be a war soon, and you will not win that one.
Okay.
So then, after so many years later, they dig up Ivor's body, and then they use the DNA from the bones that they found of him, and use it for a machine. So then they can look at like what his life was like and I don't really know what the machine is. Like what the machine is like called or like how it works, but what I know is that the machine basically takes you to what that guy saw. So
I'm gonna watch this back and I'll study it, okay?
Yeah.
I'll like rewatch it and then I will know.
Okay, so then I keep on going back and forth. So let's just go back to where I was talking about. So then Ivor has a really big battle with the guy. He puts him on the machine, and then Ivor goes on and does his life, but then the guy is stuck on that machine for like 1,000 years. So then, on that machine, like, his body, like, his physical and actual body is, like, turning old, but it's not decomposing, so it's not...
I feel like...
So it's not decomposing, so the body is going to be staying all right.
I feel like if I laugh,
So then, one day, after, like...
Can you put the light back? It's kind of like...
So then one day when the girl that was playing as Ivor, like, well, not playing as Ivor, but the one who was in the machine and looking at, Ivor's life,
Hey, can
she
you put on this?
She uses,
No, don't do that. Don't do it. Okay, I'm just gonna put it back together.
She uses a staff that is... She uses a staff that has the ability to heal, and the person who is holding the staff has the ability to stay young for, like, hundreds of years. Like, you could, like, hold on to that staff, and you could be, like, 200 years old, but your body will still, like, look like a 20-year-old.
It's like,
it's
like Ra's al Ghul from Batman.
Yeah. Kind of.
He
He was
gonna die because his brain couldn't, like, remember it anymore.
Wow, that is so interesting. So basically, like, the girl brought that to the same place where that machine was to save the world, because the world was about to, like, explode or something, and this machine was super important, because without the machine we would all be in jeopardy.
Yeah.
So she uses that staff to kind of, like, heal the machine, because it wasn't, like, because the machine was powered by, like, a really, like, strong and magical force. So then she used that staff to heal that force, to keep it alive for, like, many generations. So then, then she suddenly gets put onto the machine, and then she meets that bad assassin guy, but he's not really bad, he just more did something for, like, the good for, like, his son or something. Thanos. His point of view, like, it was bad, like, the way he was doing it was bad, but, like, he did it for a good reason, but he had good intentions, but the way he was doing them was bad. Yeah, so then suddenly she gets put onto the machine, and then she meets she meets a guy who's kind of like God, but not really God. Like, he's the one that deciphers, like, how this timeline goes. Like, say, like, the guy was real. He deciphered that I would pick this up, and then I would put this down. But at another timeline, I picked it up, drink it, and then put it down. See what I mean? So then...
Can you put this on?
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
Don't do that.
we'll do it later.
Yeah.
So then she gets put onto the machine, and then she tries to help out the God guy because he's having a little bit of trouble. And you're asking, why would he have trouble? He's literally God, basically. Well, even though he's been here since the beginning of time and literally created time itself, it's not going to be easy on one person, even if it's God. So, she helps him out, and then she's basically going to stay in that machine for, like, many generations as well, since, you know, she's on the machine.